When you think about uncovering history, most people start first at the library. There are 3 in Glendale. It turns out the history of Glendale's library system has an interesting story with a plot and characters, and one of the most memorable characters even has a library named after her.
She was little. She was tiny.
Mary Ellen Lejeune says her aunt, Velma Teague, may have been short in stature, but her personality stood tall.
She was a businesswoman. She thought that women should have a salary.
Velma Teague was the beloved city librarian from June of 1935 until January of 1969.
When you visit Glendale's Memory Project at GlendaleAZHistory.com, you'll see amazing old photographs. For example, this Spanish-style mission building was Glendale's public library from the 1930s on, and it's where Velma Teague, a former school teacher, shared her love for literature and learning.
She was a fun lady. She wasn't a librarian. She wanted you to come in there and enjoy the books.
She's noted for recognizing the need for excellent books to stimulate young and old minds.
She was a great believer in growing her readers per se.
In honoring that need, she had a marvelous children's library, and kids couldn't wait for her storytime sessions.
Velma Teague would save a new book for you if it was one that was your favorite author, and she'd sneak you back to the back room and you'd get a book.
It was just so interesting, you know, looking through all the pictures.
Kathy Johnson, a Glendale librarian, helped research the history of the library system for the Glendale Memory Project. It was a project close to her heart.
Well, I grew up in Glendale, and I came to the Glendale Library as a child, and, you know, I had a lot of fond memories.
When the library opened in 1935, there were 2,000 people living in Glendale. By the late 60s, Glendale was home to 31,000. That meant even more people visiting the public library.
It was overflowing. We were very, very busy.
Velma dreamed of a larger library replacing her small one in downtown Murphy Park.
She wanted this library that would be inviting and that would have people come in and stay for a while.
Approval for a new, larger library came in 1967. Velma was involved in the concept and design of the new building.
The saddest part of all is that she never saw her reality, but she did know that the library was going to be named Velma Teague, and she was so honored by that.
Cancer claimed Velma in 1969, but her spirit and her name were on hand when the Velma Teague Library opened in September 1971. Later, as time went on, Glendale grew and more libraries were needed. The main library opened in 1987, next door to Saguaro Ranch Park. And in 1998, the Foothills Branch Library opened in North Glendale. Librarians today consider Velma Teague a pioneer in the industry.
But she had cassettes and records at that time, and because she knew that it was very important to have people come in.
Today, more than 250,000 people live in Glendale, and more than 4,000 visit a Glendale library every day. Knowing the story behind Glendale's library system and its founder, Velma Teague, goes hand in hand with what the library is all about.
Libraries need to be at the forefront, especially in preserving the local history. And so we really, really feel it's important to have a presence there. You know, after all, you know, it's a narrative of mankind. You have to know where you were in order to know where you're going.